Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2023 Canadian Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, please do drop me a like and please do subscribe as well. If you're into Formula 1, live for every single qualifying session and every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship. And yeah, no build up today, just straight in, straight on. And the race is literally about to start in about 2 minutes. Because I have just finished an 11-hour shift and I didn't have time to do any pre-race build-up. Straight in, straight home, telly on, bang, stream on, live, in 5 minutes flat. Oh, yes, Suede. Carl's in. Carl wants a Verstappen crash. He might not be the only one out there that wants a Verstappen crash. Sean, rain in Canada for this race? I don't think so. I hate to be the... hate to poop that idea, but yeah, there ain't gonna be rain today. It looks a sunny day in Canada. We had the rain yesterday. We got Hulkenberg up there, but no, dry race. Yes, Farhan, welcome in, bro. Yeah, exactly. I did say I'd be live 3 minutes before it, so it's not a surprise, is it? If you saw yesterday's stream, I literally just walk through the door, switch the telly on, click go live, literally. That is what's just happened, so here's what it is. Yes, Anthony, evening. Yeah, no rain today, Anto. But yeah, no build up. I'm usually live half an hour before the race starts, so I get a bit of like we go through the grid lineup, we have a bit of a talk, a bit of a waffle about who's done well in qualifying, who's looking quick, who's not. Bam, no, none of that today. They're already on the formation lap. So, we're on. We're in. Let's go. Canadian Grand Prix. Let's have it. I'm gutted that they moved Hulkenberg back. What was it? A red flag infringement or something like that? I don't know exactly why Hulkenberg's gone back 3 seconds, why he's got a 3-place grid penalty, but it seems a bit harsh to me. But then I just want the underdogs to do well in it. So if he's broken the rules, Hulkenberg, then he's broken the rules and it fair's fair, but it's just a shame that we could have had Hulkenberg leading into turn 2, you know what I mean? And that's been taken away from us. You know what I mean? I'd have loved to have seen Hulkenberg lead out of turn 2, you know? I'd have loved to have seen that. You know, it's not every weekend Hulkenberg has a chance to lead a race, is it? So I would have loved to have seen that, but he's been shuffled back to 5th. Yeah, I did see that. Oh, delete that guy, Anto. Yeah, I did see that. As I switched the TV on, I did see they were having issues with Leclerc's Ferrari, but I assume they've sorted it. Yeah, just ban that, Anto. Oh, mate. Right. I want to see Alonso versus Verstappen turn 1. I want to see Alonso on front turn, like in Saudi Arabia. But that was against Perez, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It's different against Max. You full send against Perez and take the lead. You full send against Max, you know what I mean? I'd love to see a bit of argy-bargy, you know what I mean? A bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. I'm not saying wipe Verstappen out in turn 1. I'm saying give him a nudge, let him know you're there, take control of the apex into turn 1, you know what I mean? In fact, which way did they line up here? Because it's pole position on the inside or on the outside? I just knocked out myself a start at 5:30. Oh, no, yeah, an hour and a half build-up's too much, innit? An hour. I mean, even I don't watch an hour and a half build-up. It's like, come on. You know, an hour's more than enough build-up. Never mind 90-minute build-up. But we've been on a rapid... We got a 2-minute build-up. No build-up. We're about to start. Yeah, so I assume Leclerc's Ferrari's all right. It is on the grid. The 10th and 11th Ferrari. Bro. Right, here we go, green flag. We're starting right now, bro. Oh, here we go then. 2023 Canadian Grand Prix is underway. It's Max Verstappen on the inside, Fernando Alonso on the outside, but Lewis has got a great start. Lewis is already up to second. It's Hamilton versus Verstappen then, and we've already got Esteban Ocon around the outside and Nico Hulkenberg, but the Mercedes have had a great start. Hamilton up to second and Russell side by side with Alonso then as they head to turn 3. Verstappen from Hamilton and Alonso keeps third position, but it's Lewis Hamilton the one making moves in the first couple of corners of this race. What a start from the Mercedes driver. I want to see Hamilton versus Verstappen. We probably won't get it because Max will be gone, but I would love to see it. No contact in turn 1. It's all clean so far, but it's Perez versus Leclerc going into the second chicane. Oh, that's so close. Oh, and he's switched back on him, and Perez is going to get the position off Leclerc. Perez has got the position then. Perez up to P10. Oh, look at this then. They're going side by side again. Leclerc around the outside. It's Sainz. It's Sainz and Perez, not Leclerc and Perez. So it's Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Russell, Ocon, Hulkenberg. Oh, and they nearly touch. Oh, and they're flipping. Magnussen's had to cut the chicane there with Perez and Sainz fighting still. Bottas versus Magnussen as well into turn 1. Let's do this, Kim. Enzo's grandkid. Yeah, man. The big boss is there, bro. I've seen him. They won Le Mans last week, didn't they, Ferrari? They're winning this though. Verstappen leads Hamilton then by 1.2. Alonso down to 3rd. Russell stays where he was then in P4. Ocon 5th. So Ocon has passed Hulkenberg on the first lap as well. Then the McLaren 7th and 8th, not bad. Leclerc 9th. So Leclerc all over the back of the 2 McLarens then. Alexander Albon still P10. Let's go, Alex. Good, the Alexander Albon. It's Verstappen, Hamilton, 1.3 seconds is the gap. Come on, Lewis, stick with him, stick with him. The music's still on. What music? Hey? Oh, sugar. Well, thanks for telling me. Wow. Has that been on the entire time? Well, mate, brutal. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, you should have told me straight away. All sat there with the music blaring. Mate. No, thanks for telling me, Kim. That's been on for like 10 minutes, though, and no one said anything. Sat there, music full blast. See, I can't hear it because I can't hear the stream. I'm listening to the commentary on TV. Mate, I am roasted. I'm on full tomato. I'm a full tomato face, me. It was kind of peaceful. I know you're just here because you're just here, innit? I could be commentating on like a, you know what I mean, World Bowls Championship. It doesn't matter, does it? I could be commentating on the World Skittles Championship. Just because I'm live, you're on, innit? I appreciate it. But it could be tiddlywinks, you know what I mean? I have the same amount of viewers. I genuinely would. It would just be the same. Oh, mate, we see a replay on board there. I tell you what, Magnussen is lucky not to... Marvel Racing, what the hell is that? Sounds like... Oh, Marble Racing. Yeah, no, I'd probably swerve that. Leclerc's still not past these McLarens. Can't wait for that, Rob. Yeah, World Skittles Championship. You know what I mean? Oh, will be. I tell you what, if Verstappen wins next few races in a row, mate, we're switching sports. I'm done with it. No, I'll never be done with it. I'll never be done with it. I'll be watching this from the old people's home when I'm 92 going, good, get in there, Lee. Dead. You know what I mean? Alonso will still be going. As Alonso hit the wall. Oh, mate, Alonso's clipped the wall with the right rear tyre, but he's all over the back of Hamilton then. Oh, mate, we're going to get Hamilton versus Alonso, mate. But I don't know how Alonso's got away with no damage there. He slapped the rear tyre. He slapped the rear wheel into the wall out of the first chicane and got away with it. But it's Alonso catching Lewis Hamilton for P2 is where it's at. That is where it's at right now. Verstappen leads by 1.6 seconds, but Alonso closing in on Lewis Hamilton. Russell P4, Ocon 5th, Hülkenberg still 6th. Good, Nico. Then the two McLarens, Piastri ahead of Norris. Then Leclerc still stuck there. I would have fancied Leclerc to be past the McLarens by now, but Leclerc's still P9. Albon's still ahead of Sainz. What the hell is going on? How are they struggling so bad to overtake? Perez P12 on the hard tyre, so everyone in the top 11's on the medium. Perez in 12th on the hard. Gasly in 13th on the soft tyre. Then you've got Stroll 14th. What a nightmare of a season he's having, really, Lance Stroll. He's got to pick it up, mate. Else you just... Here comes Leclerc on Norris then. Ooh. And Norris defends it into the final chicane. Onto the pit straight they come then. Ferrari boss is there. Yeah, man. He'll be going home. He'll be going home in a few laps. He'll look at the timing sheets and go, 9th and 11th, get me the first flight out of here. Because this ain't it. Pressure, yeah. He turns up every now and then, but no, but... If I was him, I'd be saying, listen, what can we do to fix this, you know? What can we do to fix this? I'd bring Maurizio Arrivabene back if I was in charge of Ferrari, definitely. They should never have sacked Arrivabene. Oh, look at this. Alonso on Hamilton as they approach the final chicane. Oh, it's getting close, this. I am Max. Nah, if Max was driving the Ferrari, he wouldn't be winning races. Like, Leclerc is one of the best drivers on the grid. It's not about the drivers. It's a staff issue. It's a strategic decision-making issue. It's not a driver issue. Oh, yellow flag sector 2. I tell you what, they've got a huge train of cars. You got a huge train of cars. So Piastri's past Hülkenberg then. So Piastri's P6 at the moment. I'm pretty confident to say that this is the highest Piastri's ever ran in the first 8 races of his career. P6 at the moment, Oscar Piastri. Let's go. And Piastri's going... Oh, Norris is trying to pass Hülkenberg down the back straight. And it's a big queue of cars. A big queue of cars behind Nico Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg's holding up virtually the entire field. VSC as Logan Sargent crashed. I think something's happened with Logan Sargent in the first chicane. Yeah, Sargent stopped. I reckon so. Oh yeah, he stopped. I don't think he's on the circuit. I don't think. Okay. Oh, they're wheeling him back. They're wheeling him away. Sargent's out of the race. First retirement of the Canadian Grand Prix. Logan Sargent He's not really had a good time of it this season, has he? It said critical message. Sonoda's so far back. Sorry, I missed the chat. I don't know, man. That's a good point though on the GPS. It's everybody and then just Sonoda like 15 seconds off the pace. I don't know what's happened to Sonoda. Maybe he's had a pit stop. Cheeky early pit stop. I don't know. I've not been watching Sonoda to be honest. But yeah, he's way off the back of the field, which is weird. But yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, look how close Alonso is to Hamilton there. Also, apologies if it's a bit out of sync. The television broadcast is about 10 seconds behind what you're seeing on the stream. So it might happen on the timing board and on the GPS, and then I'll be reacting to it like 10 seconds later. It just is what it is. The timing and the GPS is 100% live. And obviously the television broadcast is like, it's a little bit off in it. By the time they've beamed it on the satellites and whatever, it's like a 10-second delay in it, you know. So yeah, I you know what I mean? I can't speed up the television broadcast and I don't want to slow down the live timing. How you can't, so it is what it is. But it might be a bit out of sync. But well, I'm sure we'll survive. But yeah, lap 9 out of 70 then. Verstappen leads by 3.1 seconds. Alonso just about within DRS range of Hamilton then. But it's the battle from Hulkenberg down in P7. It's basically P7 to P7 to 17 are virtually nose to tail. Hey, I tell you what, Russell's caught Alonso as well, you know. Russell's looking quick. Look how close he gets to the wall, and the wall of champions, mate. They're virtually brushing the wall of champions. Russell's looking quick, you know, in P4. It's become a three-way fight for P2, this, as we see Piastri passing Hulkenberg into turn 1. Nice move. P6, Oscar Piastri. Let's go. So Hamilton, Alonso, Russell, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Nose to tail on lap 10. Well, Verstappen's cleared off in the lead, mate. Verstappen's got a 3.5 second lead. And this Hamilton-Alonso-Russell battle, they've cleared Ocon as well. He's 5.5 seconds behind this three-way battle for second. I hope Piastri gets some decent points out of this. I really do. I hope Piastri, because he's had a bit of a lackluster start to his career. I've barely mentioned Piastri in the first 7 races of this season. This is the first time I can remember mentioning Piastri's name in a watch-along. And this is round 8. You know, I've not really said his name at all. So this is his standout race so far, definitely. I hope he gets a handful of points from it. Hulkenberg as well, still there in P7. Still ahead of Norris. They're struggling to overtake here. Everyone's just in this huge DRS train, aren't they? Wait, let me turn that away. That's better. I have less of a shiny face now. Has Gasly pitted? Gasly must have pitted for the hard tyre. Oh, Verstappen says he thinks he's hit a bird. Have you got any damage? Oh, and there goes and Hulkenberg pits then. Wow, so Norris was making the move. Oh, here comes Leclerc though. Here comes Leclerc versus Norris. Oh, Norris is trying to defend it. Oh, why is that barrier there? That's so bad for TV. There's a barrier that blocks the view into turn. Mate, that is horrendous for television, that. There's a barrier that blocks the camera as they go side by side into turn one. What is that about? That's horrendous. That's like someone shooting at goal and then the camera just cuts away. Oh, Russell's hit the wall. Oh, Russell's hit the wall. Oh, Russell's done for, mate. Oh, mate, Russell has binned it. Russell's crashed. GG's, game over. Oh, safety car. Safety car, Russell's out. I want to see a replay of that. Verstappen pits then. Whoa, Russell out, safety car. Finally, we're only 12 laps in. He's hit the wall. Oh, first safety car in 8. It is actually, yeah. They've not had a safety car for a few races, have we? Oh, and everyone's... Oh, and Alonso and Hamilton nearly crashing the pit lane. Oh, this rivalry is still as vicious today as it was 17 years ago. Oh, Hamilton, Alonso, no love lost there. Right, they nearly collided in the pit lane. But yeah, Russell's hit the wall at the exit of the turn 8, would it be? Well, here we go then for a replay. Here we go then for a replay of George Russell then. So he's into the second chicane. Oh, and he goes over the orange. Oh, damn, bro. He went over the orange sausage curb on the exit. Yeah, he'd gone too deep over the sausage curb and bang, lost the rear end, and it was a big hit into the wall. Oh, George. Woo-hoo-hoo. Our George Russell has binned it. This race is cooking to be a good one. You know what? You might be right there, Carl. I know you're right. It's definitely been a little bit more noteworthy than some of the races this season. Definitely, so far. Yeah, Alonso complaining about Lewis's pit exit, but it is what it is, mate. I think it was a margin. Russell's got it back to the pits, but there's no way. Ferraris have stayed out. So Verstappen, Hamilton, no way they're sending Russell back out there. There's no way. What the... There's no way Russell is still in this race. Nah. I would have bet my bottom dollar that Russell's DNF there. And they've put a new front wing on it and 4 tyres. And he's carried on. I am absolutely gone. I can't believe that. Did he not smash up the suspension? Has he not smashed up the rear of that car? How is Russell back out there? They've just stuck 4 new tyres on it. A new front wing and gone, yeah, on your way, son. Nah, this'll buff out. You carry on. I can't believe that. But yeah, Russell, I mean, he's stone dead last. You know what I mean? But I can't believe that, Suede. Exactly, Matty. How the hell is Russell back out? I do not know, mate. I honestly, I was 100% certain that Russell was out of the race. I was 100% certain that Russell was out of this race. There's no way that he's driving round. It's a bit bent, but I think it's okay, says George on the radio. What? Well, you think you've seen it all. I have now. You think you've seen it all, but I have now. I ain't never seen someone smash into the wall and... I could have sworn that the rear suspension was damaged. I could have bet my life that the rear suspension was ruined. And, hey, if Russell wins the race now... Oh, we've seen Jenson Button win it from this kind of a position, haven't we? Well, that was in mixed conditions. This is dry as a bone. No, that's crazy, that. But yeah. We're behind the safety car at the minute. Interestingly, no safety car on the GPS. What's that about? They want to get a safety car graphic on this GPS, don't they? It just looks like everyone's going round really slowly in a line. But yeah, safety car's out, if you didn't know. Running order then is Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Magnussen, Bottas. But the thing is, the top three have all pitted. And then from 9th down have all pitted. So there's only Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Magnussen and Bottas have stayed out. They've not stopped. So basically 3rd, 4th. Sorry, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th and 8th have stayed out. Everyone else has pitted. So, yeah, Ferrari, I feel like Ferrari should have pitted, yeah. But you know what they're like on strategy. Ferrari are on a mad one. But yeah, still behind the safety car then. Lap 15 of 70. I've been messing about with the layout of the stream, you know, every week. I've been having a different layout, and but I reckon I like this. I reckon I might keep the layout like this. Because I don't need to be full screen like I was before. And I quite like the GPS thing. And we don't need the full screen of data like, oh, sector 1 times, sector 2 times. Are we really bothered? If someone's set a quick middle sector, I'm not. I think the positions and the gap between the gap between them to the leader and what lap they're on, that's enough information. I like the GPS. I reckon I'll just keep this layout now. I like it. Definitely better than it has been the last few weeks anyway. A replay of the start on board with Sergio Perez then. Down into turn 1, it's on the outside. Oh, safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Pierre Gasly! Hey, I'm not a performing monkey. What are you about? I say it when it's relevant to say it. When something happens, when Gasly is the focus of attention, you know what I mean? I don't just say it willy-nilly. But that is the only way to say his name. You can't just go Pierre Gasly. Nah, mate. Gasly. Right, let's go. Right, race is getting back underway. Verstappen on a weaving one. Oh, if Lewis gets the jump here. Right, here we go then. Oh, mate, let's go. Come on, Lewis. Go full aggressive. Bollocks, you know what I mean? You'll live once. Go on, Lewis. You've got nothing to lose, mate. You're not in this championship fight. He is. He's got to worry about how many points he gets per weekend. You haven't, Lewis. Just fully go for it, mate. Caution to the wind. Balls to the wall. Right, we restarted. Oh, Verstappen's got a good start, but Alonso's reacted better than Hamilton then. And it's one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it's Bottas right up behind Bottas. Oh, Bottas tries it round the outside, but Verstappen's got a great restart then. So the race is back underway then. Verstappen leads Hamilton, Alonso, then the two Ferraris who haven't stopped yet, still out there on the medium tyres. And then Perez is up to 6th, then yet to stop Magnussen, Bottas. Ocon P9 has stopped, and everyone below that has. So Piastri, Norris, Albon, Tsunoda, Zhou. So we've got split strategy. So basically 4th to 8th are on a completely different strategy to everybody else. Lap 17 of 70. I was hoping Lewis was going to be super aggressive on that restart and really go for it, but it's not worked out that way. Max got a great restart. As we see Norris past Piastri then. Oh, but they're going to go side by side. Again, Piastri fancies another look, but Norris up into P10 then. I'm pretty sure up until then, Piastri was ahead of Norris, am I right? Oh, they're fighting again. Oh, you got to be careful, boys. Your teammates, boys. Woo. McLaren will be sweating at that one. But Piastri is blocked off by Norris and can't get the move done. Norris P10, Piastri P11, Alexander Albon P12. I fancy Albon to get some points here. I hope he does. Oh, yeah. Norris got Piastri in the hairpin then. And basically made Piastri turn out of it. Real nice move from Norris on his teammate. You got to be careful on that one, but Piastri stayed out of it. You on the wine? No, it's it's a wine glass, isn't it? It's rum and coke. Yeah, so get in there, lad. Here comes Bottas. Bottas closing on Magnussen for 7th. It could be foolish not pitting under the safety car. Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't be the first foolish mistake Ferrari had done in strategy, would it? I think Ferrari make a foolish mistake near every time they hit the track. Unfortunately. DRS enabled now then. Lap 19 out of 70. And so the two Ferraris line astern then, 4th and 5th. Alonso's keeping just about within DRS range of Lewis Hamilton, I think. Yeah, Alonso 9/10, I think, behind Hamilton for 2nd. Verstappen 1.8 clear already then. So Verstappen's disappearing off into the sunset. And, whoa, there's a lot of battling going on in the midfield. And is that Piastri? Piastri's had to cut the chicane, and that's going to give Albon the position. Yes, Albon up to 11th. Go on, Alex. He's one of my favourite drivers, Alex. Yeah, Alex is definitely one of my favourite drivers. I'd probably say. Fernando and Alex. Probably my favourite drivers on the grid, really. I'm a Mick Schumacher fan, but Mick Schumacher's name ain't on that list, so it's a bit dead, isn't it? How can you be a Mick Schumacher fan when he stood in the garage, you know what I mean? It's peak times to be a Mick Schumacher fan, I'll tell you now. It's peak times. But other than that, I do like Albon. I reckon he's well underrated. And he's just a normal, down-to-earth bloke as well. He's just a normal guy. Whereas a lot of them are like superstars. Yeah, Albon, yeah. Look at this battle in the midfield with the Haas and the McLaren. He's going around the outside. You're going to be careful there. I tell you what, there's a lot of midfield scraps going on. I rate this race, you know. I would say this is the best race of the year so far, this. And we're only on lap 21, but it's got more action. The thing is, right, we had a lot of midfield scraps in Spain, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling the Spanish Grand Prix. But this, I rate it, man. This is good action. Albon all over the back of Kevin Magnussen for 10th. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm really enjoying this. Whereas the Spanish Grand Prix had a lot of midfield action, but I was like, nah, I don't even care. I don't know. Maybe I was just on an off day, but I rate this. Got a question for you. Driver, do you dislike the most? Dislike the most? Dislike. Do you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't dislike any of the only driver that I've ever disliked was Nico Rosberg. And he retired about 7 years ago, so it's been smooth sailing for me. I did not like Nico Rosberg at all. For knobhead he was. Still is. But he's the only driver. To be honest with you, I didn't like Raikkonen either. I thought he had a horrible attitude, Raikkonen. Everyone's loving it, saying, oh, he's so funny, he's Iceman. I was thinking, he's just rude. Raikkonen was just plain rude, mate. Everyone else is laughing. I'm thinking, mate, he's just rude. But yeah, Raikkonen and Rosberg I didn't like. But in this grid, is there any driver I dislike? No. I didn't like Raikkonen and Rosberg. I didn't like them. But in this grid, nah, cool, innit? It's fine. Alonso's gone down the inside of Hamilton. Alonso's just nicked P2 from Lewis Hamilton. Go on then, go wheel to wheel in turn one. Go on, Lewis. Go on, Lewis then. Full send it back. Oh, Alonso's got the job done, mate. Alonso's done Hamilton. Into the final chicane. Go on, Lewis. Fight back. Look at this. The battle of the veterans. The battle of the veterans in Canada. And Alonso's come out on top. Oh, mate, it's so good. It's so good to see these two wheel to wheel. I knew that Alonso was close. I didn't know he was that close. I didn't know he was close enough to go for the move. Alonso with DRS and into the final corner it was. Down the inside, a full send, bang. Job done. And Hamilton bouncing over the curb. Woo! Alonso quick, mate. And Albon's tried an overtake. Whoa! He's had to weave round the... Jesus Christ. Albon missed the wall by about that much in an attempted overtake on Magnussen. What the hell? Sainz saying he feels like he's got a bit of pace. So Sainz wants Leclerc moving out of the way, basically. But yeah, Gav, I like them all, mate. I'm chilling, bruv. I'm neutral. Why do you dislike Gasly anyway? What's Gasly done? Gasly's a cool guy, man. Pierre Gasly. Is it because he was moaning on team radio yesterday? He was moaning on team radio yesterday, I'll give you that. I mean, there's a lot of drivers I'm indifferent about, like that. I don't care if they're there or not, like Carlos Sainz. Am I really bothered? But I don't dislike any of them. I'm like, what the hell? Only Nico Rosberg, he was a. He gave Lewis a puncture on purpose once. I was fuming. I smashed up the house. That was when I was. Whoa. You think I'm an F1 fan now? It's got nothing on what I was like between like 2010 and between like 2010 and 2016, 17, or I was I couldn't have done watch alongs or live streams. You'd have thought I was like, you'd be ringing the mental home and saying, get this guy in and lock the, you know what I mean, lock the door and throw away the key, mate. I was mental. I was mental. Like if someone did something stupid, I'd be smashing up the gaff and stuff. Like I was way beyond. I was way beyond the normal premise of a fan a few years ago. I've settled down a lot now, but I used to be, and like mentally deranged with this sport. Honestly, like I shouted that loud once that I lost my voice for 7 years, and that's not a joke, mate. I shouted that loud that I lost my voice for like 7 or 8 years watching this sport. Like, it's going to be the death of me. I've only just got my voice back in the last like 2 years. I basically spent my early 20s with no voice through shouting at this. And that is a fact. I was like, for about 7 years, I was speaking like this. Hello, I'm Rob Wilson, and hello. I'm like, literally. For a long time, mate. So I had to cool it off a bit, you know what I mean? And screaming for, and that was through screaming for a decade. You know what I mean? Mad, innit, Anto? True story, mate. Rosberg crashed into Hamilton at the 2014 Belgian Grand Prix, and I shouted that loud that I didn't get my voice back till 2021. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine shouting that loud in 2014 that you don't get your voice back till 2021. 3 operations later. And 7 years of sounding like you've got a hole in your throat. Yeah, so hence why I'm a motorsport madman, you know what I mean? Because I am mad, mate. I'm fully bananas. Look at Albon at the back of Magnussen here. Go on then, Alex. Go on, Alex. Seriously, I fancy Alex to get some points here, you know. I do fancy Alex to get some points here. Really, 3 operations. Yeah, Gav, yeah, man. It still didn't come back. It's just years of. Yeah, man. I used to be absolutely ridiculous when it comes to this. I've calmed down a lot now. I'm at 1% enthusiasm that I was 10 years ago, and I still shout when something happens, and I still like. But I'm at 1% of what I was about 10 years ago. I used to be like, you know what I mean. I couldn't have even gone to watch a race live because the other people in the crowd would have been like, "Who's this mental case?" Like, even amongst other fans, it would have been like, "What is this guy on about?" It'd have been way too much. But now I'm more. Now I'm more. I don't know. I'm more of a balanced point of view these days. I used to be fucking Ruthless. Stroll's pitted then. So his parent didn't ban you. Well, yeah, you know. They couldn't. They couldn't. They couldn't. They couldn't. They couldn't. It's like someone banning you from breathing air. Couldn't. Like, I've seen every single race since the middle of 2005. Now think about that. Every single race that comes with a lot of sacrifice. There's races in the last 18 years that I should have missed. You know what I mean? There's sacrifices I've made there that nobody should make. You know what I mean? I've missed weddings, funerals, christenings. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, mate. It's like you know yeah, mate. Anyway, I'm not even talking about the race, am I? I'm talking about my fucking life story for the last 20 minutes, as if you care. But yeah, but basically it's a part of me. Like, me and Formula One come as a package. Like, they come as a package. It's part of who I am. But it's a good stop. My dad, Gav. My dad used to have it on TV when I was growing up, and yeah, off my dad. As a lot of F1 fans, you know, it's the dad that gets them into it and whatever. But ironically, he's not even bothered about it anymore. He doesn't even watch it anymore. He doesn't give a damn. He's like handed over the baton, and now he's retired from it. He don't care anymore. But he used to be big on it, and like Nigel Mansell's Day and all that. But yeah, anyway, I've been on a waffle for the last half hour, mate. I'm supposed to be doing commentary, aren't I? But yeah, Verstappen leads Alonso by 4 seconds. I tell you what, though, Verstappen's not ran away with this. Alonso's kept him honest, really. Within 4 seconds, Verstappen complaining about losing grip on the tyre. But yeah, Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton is a top three. Leclerc, yeah, to be honest, it's quite close, this race. Yeah, like my dad would have had it on if he was alive. Hate it now. He hate it now. Yeah, my dad's not bothered about it anymore. But I couldn't imagine, I can't imagine a day where I don't watch it, where I go, oh, I'm not bothered. I can't even imagine that. Even if Verstappen won every single race from now till 2050, in 2051, I'd still switch on and go, I wonder who's going to win this one. It's just like, I could never miss a race. I could never, no matter what, mate. I'd miss my own wedding. I don't give a damn, mate. I'd miss the world ending. I'd miss my own funeral. You know what I mean? I'm watching the next race. Give a damn, mate. I couldn't imagine like not being bothered. Although, having said that, though, I used to be mad on practice sessions, and these days I'm not that bothered about practice sessions. So maybe, you know what I mean. There was a time when I would never even miss like a Friday practice session. And nowadays, I'll miss a Friday practice session. I'm not arsed, you know what I mean? But I'll never miss a race, I'll tell you for a fact. I'll be sat here at 90-year-old, I'd still never missed a race. And they'll be flying round on rockets, and I'll still be watching, mate. I don't think the top three are pitted yet. Right, BRB. I'll get you a drink. There's no one running the ship. There's nobody running the ship. What are we gonna do? I'm back. There's nobody running the ship. I'm running the ship. Sonoda coming up on the back of Magnussen for P12. I hope Albon gets points, mate. Sean, there's no one. Sean, there's no one here, bro. There's no one on the. What are you on about? I'm back, bruv. I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm all right, mate. I tell you what, there's a lot of fights in the midfield here. I can't believe Russell's still in the race. That still blows my mind. The Russell's still driving round. He's in P15. Pierre Gasly in the pits. Yeah, Russell's catching the back of the battle for 12 here. Good. Yeah, Sean, innit? We're waiting. He ain't never going to crash. It's done. He leads by 5.4 seconds. Which is not... It's not night and day, that, you know. Alonso's keeping up with it. Alonso's keeping him honest, you know. Look at the GPS down there. VST is Verstappen. I know why it's not VAR, because VAR was Jean-Eric Verne. There's a bit of old trivia for you there, but VAR is Jean-Eric Verne from about 15 years ago. So, but anyway, VST is Verstappen, yeah? He's not miles ahead. What's happened to Tsunoda on the GPS there? Is Tsunoda going slow? Oh, look at this battle here then. Nick De Vries has gone down the inside of the Haas. Whoa, De Vries versus Haas, and Russell's down the inside, and Russell's done them both. Russell up to P12 then, and here comes De Vries again then into the first chicane. And they both got... That is one of the funniest things, genuinely, that I have ever seen. Damn, Matty, have you seen that, man? Lad, they both went off as if it's like, oh my God, it's like a video game, mate. They both that concentrated on each other that they didn't even slow down for the corner, and they just gone straight off. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in a race, mate. No. It's the second funniest thing. I remember Nicholas Latifi going the wrong way once. He didn't know the layout of the circuit, he went the wrong way. I remember Latifi going the wrong way once, but this is a close second, mate. They're fighting that hard that they forget a corner's coming up and they both just go straight on. Mate, that is one of the most ridiculous things. No, they outbraked himself. They both outbraked himself. They were that bothered about each other that they forgot there's a right-hander coming up. That is genuinely one of the best. Look at the stay of that. Look at the stay of that. Yeah, to be fair, Kevin could have made the corner, but... Kevin will be fuming with that. Kevin will be fuming with that, mate. De Vries in the bin, mate. De Vries has done something that you do on your first ever lap where you don't... De Vries has done something... When you buy the F1 game, yeah, and you're a complete rookie and you don't know the layout of the track, you don't know what corner's coming next, and you just go straight on where you should go right. De Vries has pulled that out of the bag. You know what I mean? Like someone who's doing the very first lap ever. De Vries has pulled one of them out of the bag and blocked Magnussen, and so Magnussen's gone with him, and they both ended up going down a dead end. It's like some out of a Monty Python film on a slapstick comedy, mate. Exactly, it's like you, Sean, like going on a new track that you've never been on, and you don't know if it's left or right coming up next, so you just go straight on, and you end up in a dead end going, oh, this ain't the track. Yeah, that's just happened now here. Literally, and no joke. The thing is, yeah, the commentators on Sky, they're just like, oh yeah, you know, we locked up and, yeah, no, went out. I find it hilarious, me. They're being all serious about it. Mate, it's just pure slapstick comedy. It's pure jokes, mate. Oh, Albon's as quick as the McLarens, if not quicker. Perez pits then. Piastri is in as well. Mate, a Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton podium. Have we ever had that before? Has there ever been a Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton podium? There must have been. Not this year, though. I wonder if there's ever been. Oh, what, the game? Oh, the game's absolute dog shit, sure. Oh, it is on a sim rig, it is, anyway. On pad, I'm sure it'd be fun. On a pad, the F1 games are fun, but on the sim rig, yeah, going from iRacing to the F1 game, nah, mate. It's like going from £150 bottle of champagne to WKD. It's like, yeah, WKD will still get you pissed, but get me back on the champagne. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a video game. Whereas I'm now used to when I'm driving that sim rig on iRacing and on ACC, I genuinely feel like I am driving that car. I am legitimately, for all intents and purposes, I am connected to that track. I am driving that car, right? When I jumped on F1, I was just controlling. I was just controlling a car on a video game. It was just a video game again. I was just like, nah, it ain't it. It ain't it. It ain't it. On a pad, yeah, it's good fun, but when you're on a wheel, when you got a setup like mine, it ain't for F1 game, mate. It's for iRacing. It ain't for F1 game. To be honest, F1 game's a kid's game, mate. It's made for kids, mate. It's made so that 11-year-old can jump on and be quick. 11-year-old couldn't race on iRacing. You're done out here. You'd be gone, mate. It's not, you know what I mean? It's a different vibe. Yeah, now the force feedback's horrible on it. There's force feedback, but it's not. It's nowhere near what it's like on iRacing and ACC. Nowhere near. You just don't feel like you're driving the car. You just feel like you're steering a car on a video game. It's like, oh, this is a video game. It's a video game. Whereas when I'm on iRacing, I am driving that Mazda, and I am driving that car, and I'm feeling every bump and the wheel's heavy, and I'm feeling every curb and every braking zone. I'm having to slam on the brakes, and I'm wrestling it through the corners, and I'm sweating, and it's immersive, and I feel like I am driving that Mazda, and I'm on the limit. And I can hear the gravel in my ears when I go over the gravel trap. I can hear the grains of gravel bouncing off the helmet. I can feel everything. I am driving that car. On F1, it's just a video game. And that's the difference. That's the best way I can explain it. So it's nothing. Yeah, shit into your egg. That's the problem with it. You've got to grind it. Anyway, like 41 out of 70. And Hamilton's pitted. But yeah, F1, it's just a game. And I want a sim. And F1's just a game. It's like if they came out, it's like if they did an FPS shooter, right, that was like extremely realistic, right? Say they did a shooter game that was so realistic that the reload times were all bang on, and each bullet and the recoil and everything was bang on realistic, and you got used to that game, and then you went back to COD, you'd be like, nah. You know what I mean? If you got used to a game, an FPS shooter that was like 100% realistic, and then you went back to COD, you'd be like, what is this arcadey bollocks, mate? You'd be like, what is this? That's what it's like for me. I'm used to the sim. Going back to F1, it's like, I ain't playing no video games around here, mate. It just feels like a kid's game. Last time Hammer Time was said. Has it just been said now? I don't know, mate. Abu Dhabi 21? Probably. Probably. No, they probably still say it near every race, but it's just not broadcast, is it? Because it's just not interesting to broadcast anymore. Okay, Verstappen being told to box then. On lap 42. So Verstappen pits from the lead then on lap 42. I'm probably best paying attention to the last 30 laps of this race. Rather play MotoGP. On them things in the arcade where you lean. Yeah. I'll buy one of them, you know what I mean? I'll be on here like that, leaning into the corners like I'm in an arcade. No, I'm not asked about bikes. 4 wheels for me. 4 wheels all the way. Yeah. You can buy an add-on. You can buy an add-on for this rig that, you know, it's going to sound a bit dirty, but it vibrates the seat, not in a dirty way, but it shakes the seat when you're going, like, so if you're going over the gravel, like, you the sheet with, but I feel like that'd do my head in, so I've not bought that. I feel like that'd do my head in, really. Like, you hit a wall, boom, and the chair throws you out. That's why it's got seat belts, because you can buy a mod that moves you about, but no, I'm not going that far. I've gone far enough. I don't need to be shaking around the gaff. There's a limit. So Verstappen's lead, it's still only 4.5 seconds. He's not romped away by 20 odd seconds. You know, if Max makes a little mistake, Alonso's right there. I've been on a... I apologise to anyone who's been wanting the commentary on the race, because I've been on a full tangent. I've not even been... Leclerc being told that Sainz won't attack him. Albon's up in P7. Russell's back in the points in 8th. But he's probably got to stop again, but still. Gasly takes 14th off Hulkenberg. How is Hulkenberg dropped to 14th? It's a race room racing experience. Yeah, in fact, that's one of the big ones actually. Race room. There's another one actually called R Factor 2 that I want to have a look at. R Factor 2 is like the rival to iRacing, really. I'll have a look at that, but I don't know. I think the best driving experience I've had is on ACC. The Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's amazing. The driving on that is so immersive, honestly. If you honestly, Sean, if you come round here and you did a lap on ACC on this sim rig, you'd be like, mate, it's incredible. But it's limited. It's only one series. It's only like 8 or 10 tracks. It's one series. So there's not a lot of content. That's the problem with ACC. There's not a lot of content. But as a driving experience, oh my God, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And then you compare that to like the F1 game, mate. The F1 game's fucking shocking. I probably prefer it on a pad, actually. Probably get it on Xbox with a pad, innit? You're wearing belt, I know, but honestly. 35 quid, I think. Worth it, though. It's so good, honestly. It's amazing. I only play iRacing because it's got a million times more content. You know, Assetto Corsas is just that category of car, and it's just GTs and about 8 tracks. So it's limited. But as a driving sim, it's unbelievable. Yes, Joshua. I'll give you a shout out. Mate, you're on a minuscule channel. If you made a channel right now, Joshua, and you went live, your channel's bigger than mine. That's like walking past someone in the street and going, "Can you give me a shout out?" Mate, no one cares. Maybe in 2026 when I hit 400 subs, then we'll be balling then. Hey, as if Nick De Vries and Kevin Magnussen are on the same part of the track again. Like, yo. 70% off. Oh my God. Get it, bro. It's so good, man. It's so good. I tell you what, you know. Alonso's closing on Verstappen, you know. 3.9. Yeah, this is it. Alonso has said, why is Red Bull too good? It's the floor. It's the floor of the car. They've got Adrian Newey on the aerodynamics, and he's designed him a unbelievable floor. And it's just rapid. And then so you've got a phenomenal car designed by Adrian Newey with the best, most complex aerodynamics on the grid and the most complex floor. And then you put in that car the best driver in the world, and you're going to get this scenario. You're going to get someone that's just going to win 90% of the time. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, Hamilton's closed on Alonso for P2, though. Exactly, Josh. Listen, I'm in exactly the same boat as you. Anyone but Max, for goodness sake. I'm in exactly the same boat. And I like Verstappen. I'm not anti-Verstappen, but come on, man. It's madness. I don't want to sit here every week and watch the same bloke win 20 out of 20. You know what I mean? Win 17 out of 20 races. I don't know, you know what I mean? That's not the vibe, is it? But that's what we've got, innit? That's what we've got, you know. That's what we've got until 2026. I'm from England. Yeah, from Manchester. Yeah, man. How did you find the stream, Josh? Because I want this stream to be easy. I want my stream to be easy to find, obviously. But they're not. Am I on the list? What did you type in? How have you found me? I'm glad you have found me. I hope more people find me. But how have you found me? Because YouTube don't put me on the list. If you type in like F1 watch along, whatever, I am not on the list. I'm not on any list for anything. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Hopefully one day I am, you know, when someone types in F1, bang, I'm there one day, you know what I mean? Yes, Ryan Tune. Ryan Tune. Are you just trying to find a live stream? I can't believe you found this, but I'm glad you have. It shows, Josh, yeah, you coming into this stream has shown me that this stream is findable. And that's big news for me. Because the viewers that I have are people that are already subscribed, so obviously it's like recommended to them and, you know, whatever. You know, if you're already subscribed, you're in a different ballpark, innit? My stream obviously pops up on your homepage and all the rest of it. But if you're not subscribed, mate, this stream is like invisible, which is horrendous for the growth of the channel. It means I gain about 50 subs a year. For every 100 videos I do, I gain about 20 subs. It's the slowest growing channel in the entire world, mate. But I'm just plod on anyway. Oh my God. I'll be here in 2026 going 400 subscriber party. My God, it's the slowest channel in the world. Mate, Hamilton's catching Alonso for P2. Yes, Josh. Well, you even recommended. No way, Chris. Hey, cheers to that one, Chris. Hey, listen, I'm fully on the commentary, but I've been chilling today. But Hamilton is catching Alonso for P2. You start to make YouTube shorts. I know. I did have a phase of that. I did have a phase of making YouTube shorts, like doing little highlights and bits and bobs. But then when YouTube shorts gets like 24 views, and you spend half an hour trying to edit it and get it perfect, and then it gets like 18 views. It's like, shall I do it again? Yeah, let's do it again. 16 views. Should we do it again? 58 views. No, I should do it, but yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. Oh, mate, this race has calmed down. I'm not going to lie. 19 laps to go then. 18 laps to go. You got to 1,000? Mate, I will be 6 feet under before I hit 1,000 at the speed I'm going. Oh, mate. What will come first? The death of the sun? Or me hitting 1,000? The sun will die in about 16 million years, innit? I'll hit 1,000 by then, I reckon. 60, I guess 60 million years of watch-alongs. I reckon I'll just be on the cusp of 1,000 then. Hamilton 3 seconds behind Alonso for P2. Ferrari finishing 4th and 5th is low key. Yeah, but your videos are good, innit? 15k subs. No, I think by the end of the season I'll probably have hit 400, like on a reel. Probably, and then by the end of next season 500. Like it's literally that's how slow it is. It is what it is. I used to be like devastated by how slow it's growing, but now I just think I used to worry about that, but do you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy it for the enjoyment of it, and not think, oh, this stream's had less viewers, or what do we do? Oh no, the channel's not growing. Oh no, stressing out. Is what it is, isn't it? You know, it's never going to be monetized, this channel, but I'm over it. I'm over it. I used to be, last season I was like, oh, I've got to grow the channel. What am I going to do? Try this, try that, try the other. Oh, I'm over it. It'll never get monetized, this. But it doesn't matter, does it? What am I going to achieve? £1.50 a month. Woohoo! Quit my job, innit? £1.85 super chat. Give it down. I mean, I'm not arsed anymore. I just do it for the fun of it. Mate, Albon's still P7. Mate, I rate Albon, you know. McLaren have dropped back. Ferrari 4th and 5th is low key, a bit of a dub, innit? You got 1,000. What do you mean? Oh, for doing YouTube Shorts? I'll never get 1,000 from doing YouTube Shorts. I'd have to do YouTube Shorts for the next 100 years. I still won't get 1,000. Yours are good. Nah. I used to think they were. I was like, why am I not getting any views? The streams are really good. And then, it's what it is, isn't it? I'm not that guy, but I did it for the fun of it. Did it for the fun of it. No, I think Russell's got a problem. Oh, Russell's going to have to retire from the race. Oh, well, I mean, it's amazing that Russell... Yeah, just do it for fun, innit, Gav? That's the... Last year, I was trying to create a business in it. I was like, you know, and I had a couple of races where I had a few thousand views, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a business out of this. You know, I was like taking it proper serious. I'm gonna, you know, because a couple of races took off. You know, I had 3,500 views for Spanish Grand Prix last year and a couple of others, and I thought, yeah, this is gonna take off. It's gonna be the next thing. And then since then, I've had like 5 or 6 viewers per race, and that's it. And that's just how it is. And so, you know, the dream slowly dies, doesn't it? After a year and a half of that. So I gain about 50 subs a year, which is, oh, I mean, it's soul destroying, but it is what it is. So it's taken me a full calendar year to get from 320 to 380. It's a full calendar year from 320 to 380. So imagine 1,000. You're talking a decade, and I'm not exaggerating. It sounds like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. You're talking a decade. For me to get to 1,000, you're talking a decade. How mad is that? How mad is that? But it's true. It's true. It's fucking mad. You're talking at least a decade of streaming every single race. I appreciate it, Anthony. I appreciate it. I've been on a different vibe today. I usually do commentary from beginning to end, but I've just been chilling today. Because the thing is, I've just come. I got home from an 11-hour shift, and I'm just like knackered. It's like I've got home to relax, and then it's like, right, you're going live, and you've got to give it all the big enthusiasm and all that. And I've just been on a chat on a waffle along. It's not been a watch along. It's been a waffle along, and I apologise. We've had a bit of fun, haven't we? But I put in the damn best bits. Oh yeah. Arsenal, Man United. Was that this season? Oh, it was. Yeah, wasn't it? Oh, have you? I've not. I didn't watch all of it. I just saw the first bit of it, but no. But I appreciate that, Anthony. I appreciate that, honestly. You probably put in chat. I'm only joking, bro. This is wank. No, I'm joking, man. Obviously, I appreciate positive feedback. Yeah, Verstappen is absolutely bossed it again. Tomorrow you get 400. No, it'll probably take by the end of the season. I'll probably get 400, but probably by the end of this year, and then by the end of the year after, maybe 500. You know, but it doesn't matter. I do it because I like it. I love this sport. You know, and this is a bit of a different vibe, but I usually do commentary from beginning to end. So, you know, apologies. This has been a little bit different, but we've had a chat, haven't we? Anyway, I shouldn't keep every time before I go on air, before I'm live. I always think I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to moan about the subscribers and all that. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to, and they end up talking about it every time. And I always think, listen, if I get one view, I get one view. Who cares? And I'm not going to mention it now forever. But then I get onto it, and then I'm like, it is what it is. It's 400 tomorrow, unless you force another 20 people to subscribe within the next 6 hours. No, I'm not. No, I'll hit 400 probably November, December, something like that. Put it this way, for every race I do, for every race weekend, I probably gain about 2 subscribers for every race weekend. So if you have 20 races in a year, that's about 40 subscribers in a year. And that's that. That is the God's honest truth about it. The unfortunate truth is it's about 40 subscribers per season. And that hand on heart, that is the God's honest truth. And that's just the reality of this situation. And you either deal with that, and carry on, or think, fuck this. And I've just decided, bollocks, I carry on anyway. Monetizing 2058. Get in there, lad. Oh, God. We've had fun, haven't we? I hope so, Josh. I hope so. What's the gap? 1.5 seconds? Oh, mate. We could have a hell of a battle on our hands for P2 here. The gap's 1.5 between Hamilton and Alonso. Hamilton's got fastest lap and he's catching. Go on, Lewis. Albon's P7. Is this race of the year from Alexander Albon or what, mate? Alexander Albon's P7. How Ferrari are 4th and 5th is a big dub as well. Yeah, let's go Mercedes. Unfortunate for George Russell that he's actually retired from the race. But this is a big result for Alexander Albon, but he's under pressure from Ocon and Bottas behind. But Hamilton now catching Alonso with 9 laps to go. You should try and get a job on W2F1. Yeah. I'll just send him a cheeky... Well, to be honest, Gav, the ideal scenario with this channel is that I get a co-commentator. There's 2 of us. That would be 10 times better. If I had a co-commentator, right? Then all of a sudden the conversation's flowing and you're bouncing. Like, look at Lewis and Jordan on City Extra or any commentary team. Like, look at Sky Sports. It's not one person on their own. They've got someone to bounce off. And you know, maybe they expertise in the technical analysis of it. And then I bounce off them with the enthusiasm and go, oh, Lewis round the outside, and then someone else is giving the tyre strategies and we bounce off each other in the conversation. Then we get more than 2 subscribers per race. Then we start. If I find someone else on a co-commentator scenario, mate, then the projection changes a little bit. Then we start see about. You know what I mean? Mate, Lewis is catching Alonso. Oh, Alonso looking in his mirrors. Oh, this is big time. This is big time. Alonso's found more pace. 2 seconds is the gap. Yeah, the gap's 2 seconds. Come on, Lewis. 8 laps remaining. Verstappen leads by 7.6 seconds. He's done for. He's gone. He's disappeared into the sunset. Hamilton 2 seconds behind Alonso for P2. Ferrari 4th and 5th. Won't be talked about, but should be talked about. Ferrari have had a great race here. Ferrari recovered from what? Did they start 10th and 11th? Ferrari have really recovered this. As good as they could do. Perez P6 as well. He's come from where? 12th? So Perez has had a good... Alonso under pressure from Lewis Hamilton there. This is the two veterans, mate, are going... And look, I tell you something, right? I'll be straight honest with you now. 2023 is not going to have a championship battle. But the midfield is fantastic. The midfield from the 4th fastest team to the 10th fastest team, there's barely anything in it. You know, from P7 to P20, right? It could be anybody. It could be anybody. The midfield is fantastic. Now, Verstappen's running away with it. We're not going to have a championship fight. And really, that's what it's all about. You know, that's where the jeopardy is. That's where the excitement is, and the headlines, and the controversy, and the glory, and the failure, and everything in between is about a championship fight. We've not got that. But goodness me, from 7th to 20th could be in any order that you want, from any weekend to the next. The gap between the Alpine, Alfa Romeo, McLaren, Alfa Tauri, Haas, and Williams is nothing. It's negligible. It's so, you know, we've got Bottas and Norris here side by side. Now, the downside is this is for 9th and not for the championship. But the midfield is brilliant. And Norris just about keeps the position into the final corner. And but Lance Stroll, the thing is, Lance Stroll shouldn't be in this midfield battle. Lance Stroll shouldn't be in the midfield battle. I think they've got to replace Lance Stroll at the end of this season. I think they've got to get on the phone Aston Martin. And I know Lance is the son of the owner. But if Alonso's getting a podium every week and Stroll is fighting for a point, scrapping for a point, there's going to come a point where, ironically, it's more of a hindrance. There's going to come a conversation between Lawrence and the rest of the board where they go, we've got to think of the good of the team here. Is Lance really the best driver that we can get in that car? And he's going to have to put his son aside. He's going to have to put his son aside and do what's best for the team. I just feel like... Can they even do that? Yeah, they can and they will. They'll have to. Aston could get Sainz. Who goes to Ferrari then, Carl? No, I think Aston would look at Albon or Norris. I think Aston should look at getting Albon. I'd be on the phone to Albon and saying, or Norris, or you reckon Lando to Ferrari? Yeah. I feel Lando could do with moving. Lando could do with moving. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, sorry, son. I had to say we have to let you go. Don't get me wrong. Like, they'll place him in another team. Like, don't get me wrong. They'll look after him. But if you've got a team that's fighting potentially for a championship, like, it's fine if you're a midfield team, right? And, you know, instead of finishing 9th, you finish 11th. All right, okay. But if you're the second fastest team in Formula One and have ambitions of a championship in the next couple of years, it's Lance Stroll, your man. I'm not saying he's awful. I've never said Lance Stroll, like, doesn't deserve to be in F1. I feel like Lance is good enough to be in Formula One, but is he good enough to be in a championship challenging team? I tell you what, I'd like to see Alex in that seat. I'd like to see Lando in that seat. You know? They're probably the two standout. You know, if I'm Aston, I'm getting on the phone to Alex Albon's manager and going, what are you saying about 2024? Could gamble a Danny Rick? I think Danny Rick's done, you know, in this sport. I think we'll see Danny Rick turn up in IndyCar or World Endurance Championship or NASCAR. I think, don't get me wrong, I think we'll see Danny Rick turn up. But in Formula One, I'm not sure. Look at how wobbly that Alpine rear wing is. 3 laps to go. This race has gone by like a flash. I think he is Anto. I think. I don't know. I don't see Daniel Ricciardo back in Formula One because he already turned down Haas and he turned down 2 teams. He turned down Haas and Alpine or Haas and Alpha or I don't know. Norris is trying to pass Ocon. Norris is trying to pass Ocon for P8. And Ocon's with the wobbly rear wing, but still holding on to 8th. And Albon's right there, just ahead of him in P7. I'll tell you what a great race from Albon this is. Probably in Formula E, yeah, something like that. Formula E, IndyCar, NASCAR, World Endurance Championship, one of them. We'll see Danny Rick in one of them. And he'd probably do very well. Look at Marcus Ericsson. He was and also ran in Formula One. He was anonymous. Goes to IndyCar. He's Indy 500 champion. He won the Indy 500 last year. So it's not that they're a bad driver. It's just that the standard in Formula One is ridiculous. And I reckon Danny Rick will be very successful in America. I just think he will. Schumacher could end up replacing De Vries. I think Schumacher... I hope Schumacher will be back in the sport next season. I really do. Have I got a red mark here? Yeah, I hope Mick Schumacher gets another chance next year. I really do. Either in a Williams... I don't think AlphaTauri, because it's linked to Red Bull and he's part of the Mercedes program now. Maybe if Logan Sargent is not... I hope Mick gets a seat next season. I really do. So Verstappen on the final lap then of the Canadian Grand Prix. Apologies that the stream has been a little bit different tonight. I'll be back to a normal commentary mode for the next one in a couple of weeks' time. Is it Austria next? What's the next? I don't even know what's next. Hang on. It's yeah, it is Austria. Yeah, it is Austria. I'll be back to normal commentary for the Austrian Grand Prix. Yes, Josh. Yeah, then Silverstone. Yeah. Austria, then Silverstone. Yeah. Max Verstappen wins yet again. 100 wins for Red Bull in F1. And Alonso finishes second. Hamilton finished third. Now, a question that I've got, yeah. Has Verstappen and Alonso Hamilton ever shared the podium together before? Because I believe that right now this is the best 3 drivers in the world on the podium. Wow, look at this. Norris against Ocon on the final lap. Wow. For P8, Albon's going to finish 7th. Hamilton gets fastest lap, so Hamilton gets 16 points. And here they come then, the wheel-to-wheel into the final chicane. Ocon and Norris. Is Norris going to get a position? They're side by side. Oh! And Norris has to cut the corner. And Ocon keeps the position. Ocon finishes 8th. Norris 9th. Bottas 10th. Oh, Stroll has beaten Bottas to the line. Stroll has beaten Bottas in a drag race to the line. Hey, I feel like it's been a good race, you know. Verstappen wins again. Oh, how much it costs to go to the British Grand Prix? 400-500 quid. Well, no, you can get a general admission ticket for probably, but if you want a seat, yeah, you look at 400-500 quid for the British Grand Prix. It's not my. I'm not asked. I'm a weird one, Gav. I'm a strange case. I would rather go to pre-season testing than go to a race live. I'm a weird one, me. I would much rather go to pre-season testing than go to a race. I'm a weird one, me, lad. But yeah, Verstappen wins from Alonso. Hamilton. I've been to Saudi. Have you? Was it good, that? Max is a cheat. He's a cheat code. Stroll to McLaren, Sainz to Aston, and Norris to Ferrari. Stroll to McLaren, Sainz to Aston, and Norris to Ferrari. What, so Aston have the 2 Spaniards? Norris could do with moving. I think. I think you've got to look at replacing Stroll with Norris. I'd like to see Norris in the Aston. I think Sainz will probably keep his seat. I think Sainz. Is it Alonso's 100th podium, is it? Yeah, well, I'll give the race because I always do a driver of the day. Alexander Albon in P7. I'll rate the race. Five out of 10. I'll be honest. I give it a 5. I give Spain a 2, so it's better than Spain. It's a 5 for me. Decent, not awful, but not phenomenal. I give it a 5 out of 10. The race. Driver of the day, Alexander Albon. Oh, and it is as well. He's been voted driver of the day. Yeah. Yeah, he's been voted driver of the day, and rightly so. Rightly so. Rightly so. Yeah, Alex P7. Albon maybe to McLaren. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that, actually. Oh, I like that, you know. Albon to McLaren. Norris to Red Bull. No. Leclerc and Norris at Ferrari. Albon to McLaren with Piastri. No. No, I don't know, man. Everyone would probably just stay where they are, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Everyone would probably just stay where they are. We're here giving it the big speculation. Norris will probably stay at Ferrari. Norris will probably stay at McLaren. Albon will probably stay at Williams. Stroll, Aston will probably keep Stroll. Ferrari will keep Sainz. Dead. And the only driver change will be De Vries out and Liam Lawson in or something like that. And it'd be like, whoa. Perez, he has, hasn't he, Carl? He has. The thing is, I think Perez, I think Perez will be okay. I think he'll recover the situation and get a contract extension for next year, Perez. As for Sainz, I think he'll be okay as well. I think they'll give Sainz another year at least. Norris will be stuck at McLaren. I feel like Norris has got to move. But he'll be stuck there because there's nothing opening up at the top four teams. Stroll's an interesting one. Stroll is an interesting one. If the management decide, if Stroll has a poor rest of the season, and Alonso's finishing P2, P3 every race, and Stroll's finishing like 9th, 8th, 12th, 10th, 9th, 7th, 11th, 13th. If Stroll has a season like that, and Alonso's season is second, third, second, third, fourth, third, second, third, and Stroll is like 11th, 13th, 9th, 11th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 12th, 9th, 8th. You've got to drop him at that point. You've got to drop him, man. And get Norris or Albon in. I saw Hamilton last win so far. Oh, it's Saudi Arabia. Yeah. I haven't ever been to two races. 2011 British Grand Prix, Alonso won in the Ferrari. And the 2015 Mexican Grand Prix, Rosberg won it. Blech. But Hamilton won the championship the weekend before, which is kind of a weird one. But I would like to go to the first race of next season. Or in Bahrain, or testing. I'd love to go to pre-season testing in Bahrain. More than I'd like to see the first race. Pre-season testing in Bahrain. Will Hamilton leave Mercedes? I don't think so. Do you ever see Charles getting fed up with Ferrari and leaving? Yeah, Leclerc and Hamilton with the big swap. Imagine that. No, I think they'll stay put. I mean, it'd be amazing. I'd love to see Hamilton and Leclerc swap. Wouldn't that would be fantastic. It'd liven up the sport a treat as well, that. If Leclerc and Hamilton did a big swap, mate, that'd be epic. But it won't happen. Leclerc will stay where he is. Hamilton will do another couple of years after this, probably. I don't think he'll win another championship. I think he might fight for one. In 24 or 25, he might fight for it. I don't think Lewis will win an 8th now. If he does, I'll be crying. It'll be epic, but I don't think Lewis wins an eighth. I think he stays at Mercedes for another until the end of 25. I think Charles probably stays at Ferrari for the foreseeable. Leclerc was renewed his contract, but apparently paused it for now. I mean, if Aston become a serious threat, what about Leclerc at Aston? What about Leclerc goes, yeah, Aston are a serious outfit now. See you later, mate. I had Prime, yeah. We sell Prime where I work. Do you know what Prime tastes like to me? Melted down Haribo's. It's like if Haribo sweets was in liquid form. That's like what Prime tastes like to me. It's like Haribo as a drink. Haribo sweets. That's what it tastes like to me. It's just like, which, you know, it's going to appeal to you if you're 12 years old, isn't it? Oh, right. I think I'm going. I'll be back to normal commentary for Austria, but I was just tired tonight and just had a chat in it. We've just had a chat, haven't we, tonight, guys? But I appreciate everyone watching, and you know, if you drop me a like as well, it might lead to YouTube noticing the stream and putting me on the list for the next race. So, you know, it could help out the channel. So please do drop me a like if you can. And yeah, get yourself subscribed if you're into Formula One. This was a bit of an unusual stream, but I am live for every qualifying and every race from the Formula One season. Austria is in 2 weeks' time, back to back with the British Grand Prix. So there's 4 races coming in the next 5 weeks. So I'll be on for that. Yeah, cheers, Farhan. It's no good for you, so much sugar, and just use it. Yeah, man. Don't forget Audi coming soon. Well, this is it, yeah. I've only been to 2 races, Josh, yeah. 2011 British Grand Prix, 2015 Mexican Grand Prix. But I'm not. I'm a weird case, me, Josh. I would rather go to testing than go to a race. In other words, I'm more interested in the new, seeing the cars, seeing the brand new cars. Yeah, I'm not that bothered about going to the British Grand Prix, really. Weirdly enough. I'm not that bothered, really. I mean, would I spend 500, 600 quid? No. I'd rather go to testing. I've enjoyed this one. You know, the 3 drivers on the podium there are the best 3 drivers in the world. You know. Yeah, Ford are teaming up with Red Bull, but it's a weird one, that. It's not. It's just Ford putting the badge on the engine. But yeah, they're not really taking control. Ford are just getting in on a sponsorship level. It's not like it's going to be a Ford engine. It's still a Red Bull power unit. In other words, it's a Honda power unit. The Ford are going to put their badge on. But Audi are coming in properly, you know. Audi are going to take control of Alfa Romeo, and Honda are going to supply Aston Martin, so it's going to be Aston Martin Honda in a couple of years. It's going to be Red Bull Ford. Porsche, I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not. I think Porsche tried to do a deal with Red Bull, but they wanted too much control of Red Bull, and Red Bull weren't interested, and then they've gone to Ford instead because Ford just wanted to put the badge on it. Whereas Porsche wanted to take more control of the engine department, and Red Bull were like, no thanks. So I think Porsche did have they had a sniffle. Porsche had a look, but I don't think they're getting involved. But there are a few manufacturers. I think General Motors are looking and getting involved with what's the name of that American entry? Andretti. I think Andretti are see, the thing is, the holy grail in Formula One is an 11th team. That's what we want, an 11th team, 12th team. Favourite driver? It used to be Lewis back in the day, but these days it's Mick Schumacher. And he's not in the car. My favourite driver is Mick Schumacher. And he's not driving. So, what do you do? You know. So my favourite driver that's on the grid at the moment, Alonso, probably. Just because I've been watching his entire career, and I just feel connected in some way. I want him to do well. Hamilton as well, I've always supported. And Albon, really, probably Alonso, Hamilton, and Albon, probably my favourite top three, really. Yeah, there is a lot of Ferrari fans out there. And I get that. It's a difficult one. Like, you don't win now. But yeah, no, I get that. Ferrari got the history and the passion and the, Ferrari, they haven't won a championship for 17 years, but they're still the biggest team in the sport, Ferrari I get that, but I'm not in that camp. But I don't support teams, though. I've never supported a team. A lot of people, there's a lot of McLaren fans out there that only ever support McLaren, and that's it. No matter who drives for them, they support McLaren. I'm not like that. I'm a driver. I like the personalities and the aggressive driving styles of each individual driver and stuff. But that's not the case with Mick, though. The reason I like Mick Schumacher, because his dad, obviously Michael Schumacher, was my childhood hero. So now that Mick has made it into had made it into Formula One, it had like a nostalgia value to me, because I was watching Michael in my childhood, seeing Michael's son in Formula One as a big nostalgia about it, and I was rooting for him so much. I was thinking, go on, Mick, be like your dad. I was praying, and like, even now talking about it, it's like, please, Mick, do what your dad did. Show. And it's not, is it? But it's a nostalgia thing, the reason I support Mick. But yes, SHT. Giga Chad Alonso. Favourite season? See, these are good questions. I appreciate it. Favourite season? 2021. And I don't care how the way that ended. The way it ended was in keeping with the season, which was absolutely chaotic. But 2012, the best seasons I've seen is 08, 10, 12, and 2021. 2021's the best season I've ever seen. But 2012 was a brilliant season. 2010 was a brilliant season. 2008. But 2021, mate, was the changing of the guard. You see, 2021 was the change of the guard between Hamilton and Verstappen. It was the passing of the baton. You know what I mean? That was the changing of the guard. Unbelievable season, mate. 2021 was fantastic. But 2012, 2010 were pretty good. Yeah, 21, mate, was amazing. Father's Day, yeah. Taking the mick. Wouldn't mind Toyota coming back in. Toyota won't come back in. Toyota are fully invested in World Endurance Championship. And they're rapid and they're dominating. Well, they just got beat by Ferrari, but listen, Toyota's priority is WEC, but yeah. I know I've got Albon as driver my day. Like 2009, were you big on Jenson Button? To be honest with you, I'll take these off now. I'm not bothered about the analysis, but yeah, 2021 BMW. I wouldn't mind BMW coming back, but I don't think they will. 2009, yeah, was a weird one. That's when, you see, the thing about 2009 is, what you got to remember, right? I was a hardcore Hamilton fan back in the day. When I was in my teenage years, I was big. It was, everything was Lewis Hamilton, and I didn't care about the other 19 drivers. It was just about Lewis. And if he, you know, if anything happened to him, if someone, you know, if he didn't finish the race, I'd be ballistic, throwing stuff, punching stuff. You know, I was big on Lewis. But then in 2009, then all of a sudden he was at the back, and it was Jenson Button. And so what happened is, all the British fans, whether they want to admit it or not, all the British fans switched rapid style from being a fan of Hamilton to being a fan of Button overnight, just because now McLaren had built a shit car, because the rules changed at the end of 2008, and in 2009 was like a completely fresh start. So all of a sudden, Hamilton was coming off the back of having a great car in 07 when he was a rookie, having a great car in 08, and all of a sudden the worst car in 2009. So he was down the back, yeah? So everybody jumped on the Jenson Button bandwagon, not me. I stuck with Lewis, didn't I? I stuck with Lewis in 2009, and I tell you now, not many people did. Everyone jumped on that Jenson Button bandwagon in 2009. I was not having any of it. So 2009 for me was horrible. Yeah, 2009 for me was, apart from Hungary, Singapore, because you got to remember, I was die-hard Lewis Hamilton fan from 2007 to about Turkey 2020. I was a die-hard Lewis Hamilton fan from 2007 to Turkish Grand Prix into 2020, and after that I said the journey's complete. He's won 7 championships. I was emotionally drained, and I was like, I'm done. I'm finished. The journey's complete. The journey was complete at the end of when Hamilton won that 7th championship in Turkey in 2020. I drew a line under it and I went, I'm just going to enjoy the sport for what it is now. I was emotionally invested for 15 years in one driver. I had to draw a line. The journey was complete. He was the most successful of all time. I can't put this much energy into it. Then 2021 came around and it was Verstappen Hamilton. I loved it. I thought, and everyone was saying to me, "Oh yeah, but you're a Hamilton fan and all that." Oh, you know, no, I loved it. I loved. I'd been a Hamilton fan for 15, 16 years, and I loved the fact that Verstappen was shoving him off the road. I loved it. I absolutely loved that Max turned up, yeah, and started shoving Lewis off the road. and dethroning the king. I loved it, and I'd been emotionally invested in every single race of Hamilton's career. But when Verstappen came along and started pushing him off, and they went wheel to wheel, and Lewis was losing out and stuff, I was like, oh my god, he's being dethroned here, and it's happening in front of my eyes, and I loved it. How mad is that? I thought 2021 was the best season I've ever seen, because at the end of the day, seeing the king dethroned is just the drama and the chaos. Man, I loved it. Absolutely. It was phenomenal. And the way that season ended, yeah, and everyone fuming, right? Everyone was like, absolutely. I thought it was phenomenal. Because, gotta remember, right, the way I love Formula One, the way that I'm a fan, right, is based on a simple premise. And this premise is, the more drama, the more chaos, and the more controversy, the better. The better. So my opinion on Abu Dhabi 2021 is against 99.9% of people in this world. My opinion on Abu Dhabi 2021 is probably the best race I've ever seen. And the finale, best thing I've ever seen. Because my premise for the amount that I enjoy a race is the more chaos, the better. The more controversy, the better. And the more drama, the better. So what did Abu Dhabi 2021 have? It was 100% on drama, chaos, and controversy. So you think I'm going to sit there and go, what an outrage, he's been robbed. No, I'm going to sit there and go, best race ever. And that is coming from someone who was a Hamilton fan for 17 years before that. But yeah, no, I listen, my opinion on that is against 99.99999% of humanity. I thought it was phenomenal. Leclerc to dethrone Verstappen. Now listen, I'm on a full waffle. I should have ended the stream 20 minutes ago with bollocks. I have a waffle in it. Leclerc to dethrone Verstappen. You see, I'd love to see that. I just, for me, it's about the egos of the driver, yeah. You can talk all you want about the angle, the aerodynamics of the front wing and the fucking what power unit they've got, and whoa, what tyre strategy. But at the end of the day, yeah, for me, it's about the egos of the driver, right? And seeing Lewis go up against Max in 2021, they both think they're the best in the world. They both think they're the top Donny. They both think they're the alpha male. They both think they're the big G. That's just that's what the sport is for me. That's what the sport is for me. I remember, right, one of the highlights of 2021 for me, right. Bear in mind, the more chaos, the more drama, and the more controversy, the more I'm gonna love it, right? I don't care if it's the driver who's been supporting for 16 years gets fucked over. I don't care, mate. If it's more controversy. Controversy equals entertainment for me. I'm sorry, right? Everyone was fuming. Everyone was absolutely outraged. I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. They give Verstappen the championship and it's all rigged and all whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, I thought it was superb, mate. That's what you want. That's what I want. That's what I want. The more controversy and drama and right, so one of the highlights for me, yeah, I remember the race before that. It might have been the race before, or no, I don't watch Drive to Survive, the American bollocks that. What are you thinking? Juan Montoya? Yeah, Juan Montoya. Exactly right. Now you're asking, Gav, yeah? Juan Montoya is the kind of driver that's right up my street, yeah? Because he's a knobhead. I love it. That now you're getting it, yeah. There's a driver I like called what's his name? And he's a knobhead, and I love it because he's all about drama. Well, what's his name? Dan Ticktum, yeah. And everyone hates him because he's a dickhead. He crashes into people. He's complaining. I love it, mate. The Dan Ticktum is right. Listen, 99% of people can't stand him, mate. He's nobody. I love it. See what I'm saying? The more, the more drama, the more controversy, the more like underhanded bollocks, the better for me. So I'm against the grain. Complete. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, Montoya, I rated it, mate. Montoya used to shove Michael Schumacher out of the way. Do you know how ballsy that is to dive down the inside of Michael Schumacher and like shove him out of the way? That's what I watch this sport for. It's things like that. Like, I'd love to see Alonso like dive down the inside of Verstappen and like push him onto the grass. Like, fucking, you know what I mean? I'd be like, get in there. You know what I mean? Like, fucking boom. You know what I mean? That's what I'm watching for, like, controversy. And so 2021 was, what, 11 out of 10. Because I remember, that's Alexander Albon's girlfriend, mate. He's hit a 10 out of 10, him, lad. But I remember Saudi Arabia 2021, right? They did a safety car restart, yeah. This is the epitome of how I love this sport, right? This is the epitome of it, right? They did a safety car restart in Saudi Arabia in 2021, right? And something happened. I think there was an incident immediately. Like they got the race back underway. It was like, right, 3, 2, 1, bang, go. Something happened. I can't remember exactly what, right? But it meant that there was an immediate like red flag. I can't remember what happened, right? Hamilton and Verstappen were like side by side, like bouncing off each other going into turn one and stuff. It was epic, right? But do you know what they were doing? Because the red flag got flown when everyone was like side by side going into turn one and they stopped the race. They were all on the phone, mate, with the stewards, with the FIA. They're all on the phone negotiating what position they're going to restart the race from. They were on the phone negotiating what position they're going to start the race from. Mate, everyone was outraged. Oh, the Formula One fan base. Oh, what is this? It's a fix. He's on the phone. Oh, you shouldn't be there. Oh, it's all rigged. I was thinking, this is fucking unbelievable. They were on the phone going, right, we want Ocon to start from second, and then the FIA is going, right, we'll get back to you. And then there was, and then Mercedes were on the phone, right, we think Lewis should start from third, and they were going, right, well, we're thinking of putting Ocon second. We're going, right, we'll go third as long as Ocon is behind us. Right, I'll get back to you. Right, we think Max should start from, and they were negotiating what position they were going to start the race from, mate. It doesn't get any better than that for me. Because it's just completely like, what the because that's just a moment where you go, what the fuck is going on? Like, for me, the more a moment is like, what is going on, the better it is. So the fact that they're on the phone to the other teams and on the phone to the FIA going, can we start third? Are you going to start fourth? Can we start? Well, make sure Ocon isn't behind us. Well, make sure he's in front of us. And they're negotiating what position they're going to restart the race from. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Yeah, he's forbidden now. Do you remember that, SHT? Do you remember that at Saudi Arabia? When they were talking to when they were on the phone to Michael Massey, negotiating what position they were going to restart from. I thought that was fantastic. Because it's just sheer WTF in capitals, isn't it? It's just sheer, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, Nesto, I've not seen you for weeks, bro. How you been? The race is done and dusted half hour ago, but I've just been waffling on. But I'm going now. I'm going in a minute. It's forbidden. Do you remember that SHT? Abu Dhabi as well, exactly. Michael, please. Flipping. That's exactly why I love Abu Dhabi SHT. Because you had Hamilton Verstappen, yeah, going wheel to wheel for the championship, and Toto Wolff on the phone going, Michael, no, this is so not right. And then my head exploded, mate. That's 10 entertainment right there. And that sounds like it's a Verstappen fan. I'm not. I can't stand this domination. I'm a drama fan. You know what I mean? I'm not linked to any driver. I'm a drama fan, mate. The more controversy, the better. So the back end of 2021 will probably go down as I'll be sat here at 70 odd, and I'd probably say the back end of 2021 will still be my favourite of all time. It probably will be. Even in another 50 years, the back end, the second half of the 2021 season will still be, I don't think it can be beaten. It's just too, the way it ended was just too chaotic. Like 99.9% of the fan base was absolutely outraged. It doesn't get any better than that for me. It just doesn't. Everybody was outraged. There's people that watched Abu Dhabi 21, yeah, that have never watched a race since. Like, they're that fuming, like, I shall never watch this sport again. Oh, no. What a fix. Mate, I thought it was the best thing ever. So I'm different, you know what I mean? I love this sport in a different way, mate. All right, I'm going. What we're on about? Explain to you in a private chat. Yeah, Ernesto, mate. Honestly, right. I've missed you, mate. I've not seen you for it's about a month on the streams and stuff. But cheers for popping in, mate. Hope you're doing all right. His accent makes it. I know. That for me, peak Formula One, right? For me, right, Formula One doesn't get any better than the final lap, the final race. The two drivers fighting for the championship are neck and neck on points, and on the final lap, in the last sector of the last race, tied on points, going side by side, right? For the championship, for the lead, to win the race. Whoever wins the race wins the championship, and they're going side by side for the lead on the final lap, and you've got the team boss on the phone going, no, Michael, this is so not right. It doesn't get any better than that for me. It just doesn't. You know, for everybody else, yeah, Abu Dhabi 2021's a disgrace. For 99.9% of the Formula One fan base, Abu Dhabi 21's a disgrace. An absolute outrage. For me, it'll be the highlight of every season that I ever watched. That'll be the highlight of forever. And I was a Hamilton fan, mate. I still back Hamilton. So that just shows I'm not really about fairness at all. I could give a damn about fairness. I don't give a damn. I'm about chaos. I am about chaos, mate. 1,000,000,000% chaos, drama, controversy. Inject it into my veins. I don't give a damn about fairness. If someone turns up with a car with 6 wheels on it, and everyone's like, what the fuck, they should be banned, and they win the race, and it's a big controversy, and 9 teams protest it, and someone slide tackles in, I'd be like, oh yeah, mate, let's have a go. What happened to get 400 sub? Nothing. It's when we hit 1,000, isn't it? When it hit 1,000, yeah, and we get memberships and you get part of the YouTube. What is it? When I'm a YouTube partner in 2068. Then we rock and roll, innit? Then we open the can of worms. Then it's like, then we're on a different. But until then, it's chilling, isn't it? How have I been on like another like half an hour beyond the race? Right, I'm going in it. I'll be on Jams's channel tonight on Twitch if he does a Twitch, I'm on it. You know what I mean? If Jamza does a Twitch tonight, I'm on it. I've enjoyed that race. I give it a 5 out of 10. Which for 2023 is way above average. Nah, listen. Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton podium. For me, they're the best 3 drivers in the world. Who's Twitch? Oh, it's my mate who does football watch-alongs. Jamza. Well, it's not. It's not. We just go on there and just have a piss up, basically. It's not like a serious thing. It's not like a thing. But anyway, we just got to play some games and whatever. But yeah, man, that's about it. Listen, I've had fun on this stream. It's not been a normal stream because I'm tired. I'm done. I usually take it a lot more seriously and do the commentary beat for beat, lap for lap. Oh my God, here comes De Vries for P14. What a move on the medium tyres. I've not been like that today. Today's been a more chilled out vibe. We've had it's been more of a, how can I say, more of a casual vibe today. I'll be back to normal for Austria. But yeah, it was just a more of a casual watch along, wasn't it? What's his football name? Jamza TV. JAMZOR. Jamzor TV on Twitch. I think he's going live tonight because I texted him before and he was about it. I don't know if he's still going to do it, but anyway, it's not. We just have a chat and have a laugh, basically. But yeah, join us. Right. Anyway, if he does it, I'm saying yeah, join us. He might not even go live. I hope he does it. Right, it's Austria in 2 weeks. Oh mate, it's going to be Verstappen Army in Austria, innit, as well. Oh, dead. Yeah, Jamza TV, that's it. Yeah, if he does it, Gav, I'll be on. Is he doing the it's the thingy final now, innit? I'll probably watch a bit of that. Croatia, Spain or something, isn't it? No, we'll see. Right, listen, I've had a waffle. My next live stream will be probably... Now, I am working on something. Right, probably it'll be qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix, right? Probably. But I am working on something because I've got a sim rig, haven't I? Wait, I'm going to show you. Muted. Oh shit, I was muted. How long have I been muted? For the entire stream? Yeah. How long was I muted for the entire stream? Been muted for the last 2.5 hours, brev. GG's. No. What was I saying? For 1-2. Yeah, so I'm thinking about trying to rig up some sim racing content. But if not, well, I will do that eventually, but it might not be next week. It might be in 2 or 3 weeks' time. But yeah, probably the next live stream will be 5 seconds. Yeah, it's all right. Probably qualifying for Austria in about 11 days. Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm going. We've had a good chat, haven't we? We've had a laugh. It's been a chill stream, hasn't it? You know, it's been a chill stream. Verstappen wins again. I feel like it's a dub for Ferrari, the 4th and 5th. That's a dub. I go driver of the day, Alex Albon in 7th. And, yeah, I don't know why Hulkenberg's name and downwards is in HD, and then the what Sonoda upwards is in, like, Nokia 3310 graphics. I don't know why. All the names aren't clear to read. Anyway, right, I'm going. I've been on far too long. I've been on far too long, but anyway, it's a laugh. Cheers, Josh. I appreciate everybody that watches, yeah. Honestly, right, I might take the piss here and there and say, oh, the channel's never going to grow and this, that and the other, right? But listen, I appreciate every single one of you. And I will do this regardless. You know, I will continue to do the watch-alongs regardless whether the channel grows or not. Just be safe in the knowledge of that. I do it for the fun of it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it. You know, so, and it took me a while to figure that out, you know, it took me a while to figure out, do I want to do this, regardless, and, let me just turn that music down, you know, it took me a while to figure that out, and I will continue to do these, whether no one watches it, or everybody in the whole planet Earth watches it, I'll do them anyway, so, I'll be back, for qualifying for Austria in about 10-11 days. So join me then. But I am working, be safe in the knowledge, I am working on some sim racing. And it'll be fun as well. I'm working on a funny idea that I've got for the sim racing, which will come in the next week or two. And it might be a video series. Anyway, I'm working on a funny idea for the sim racing. Right, but listen, peace out, guys. I'll catch you for Austria when hopefully we get a different winner, you know, Alonso or Hamilton for the win in Austria. But yeah, peace out, guys. Thank you so much. Please do drop me a like. Please do subscribe if you're into Formula One. I'll be back for qualifying in Austria in 2 weeks' time. Peace out, and love you all. Love you all. Cheers, guys. Yeah. Don't worry, Gav. Don't worry. See you, Josh. Don't worry, Gav. I should do my own highlights anyway. Right, catch you in a bit, guys. See you on Jams's Twitch if you go on there. Or if he does it, I don't know if he's gonna do it. I'm gonna text him. See you in a bit. Is there no sound? What the hell? Why is there no sound? Oh no, talking about brother, how you do? Why is there no sound? Wow, right.